Hello all, in the shed again. It's a bit cold, still haven't found the little heater for the shed. I think I know where it is. I think it's just down there underneath the desk. I'm gonna have to move a little bit to actually find, or move a little bit of stuff to actually find it. But anyway, we're here now. Welcome to In, On and Gone, video number 72. My name's James Smith and I run channel JR74. And this week, I'm gonna show you a lot of sales to do with jeans. It doesn't really take much working out to know that at this time of year, we're talking late November, early December, that jeans will sell well. Yes, they will. Yeah, okay, we know that. But what type of jeans, what brand of jeans? Because jeans are so strongly associated with brands. That does make a difference into the amount of profit you can make, especially from the amount that you source it for, and what sort of price can you expect for a certain type of jean, and why is it at that price. So if you want to see that, along with other things that I've sold this week, and each and everything that I have sold this week, I have made a profit on. I like to be honest on this channel, and I will basically show virtually everything that I'm selling, and I will include stuff that I make a loss on as well. Okay, just to give you an idea about what works and what doesn't work. I like that. I want to portray to you a sense of honesty. So, without much further ado, I'm going to talk about what has come into the store. I'm going to talk about what is on the store, and I'm going to talk about what is gone from the store. We'll start with the gone. I'll start with the quick sellers first. The stuff that's sold within a week, promoted at between 2 and 4%, and then the stuff that took a little bit longer. Okay, let's go. So first up, a really nice pair of diesel Belfer jeans. These, you've got to get the names into the titles, okay, because people like a certain type of jean. Maybe the brand and the style and the type, they know what they're looking for when it comes to jeans. There's so many different types of jeans out there. People know what they are comfortable with. So you have got to put as much information about the jeans into your title. So with diesel jeans, it's definitely the colour and the name. In this case, it's Belfer. And the size, of course, obviously. Now, yeah, with Levi's, it's like it's the number. With diesel, it's the name. And I find that diesel sells for a bit much of a better profit than Levi's do. And you'll see why in a minute, because I've also sold a pair of Levi's and these came out better. I sourced them well as well. I sourced these for £3.99, which is a great price to source at. And I sold them for £21.60. All right, so I've got £15.38 back. Okay, £11.39 profit, 285%, which is well above the 50 to 100 that I go for. So yeah, really, really pleased with these. Probably a bit rarer than Levi's jeans, diesel jeans are, but I would certainly say that in terms of making profit and profit margins, diesel is usually better than Levi's. And I think that's purely because Levi's have got more of a market saturation. There's more pairs of Levi's on, so there's more choice. There's less pairs of diesel jeans. Diesel, good brand. Next up, I have begun to mention this brand quite a lot recently, and it's one that I've discovered. I should think those regular viewers to the channel will know that I do champion Marks and Spencer's stuff in terms of their trousers. Maybe not their jeans though, but definitely their chinos and what I would call work trousers, like office trousers, suit trousers. Okay, they normally sell really well, especially the wool ones and the wool blend ones for the office trousers. Anyway, in terms of jeans, a really, really good brand is Next. Okay, these sell well. And I think it's because they appeal to a lot of age groups across the spectrum. And if you get a pair of Next jeans with a style that's sort of like in at the moment, okay, are skinny jeans still in? I don't know. But certainly like slim fit and above and regular fit, these are just classic types of jeans that people seem to go for and people seem to like. And if your photographs can show that they're in good condition, people are more likely to go to your site, because, you know, if you're going to Next, they're northwards now of 30 quid, whereas you're putting them on for like between 10 and 12. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with them. So yeah, this is a really good brand to go for, and it does sell, and it sells well. These ones sold within a week. They were just a pair of straight fit jeans. Paid £4 for them. £13.60 was the offer that I took. So take off postage and eBay fees, I got back £7.91, £3.91 profit, 97%. So well within the 50 to 100. Okay, close to the 100. Very happy with that. That's a good sale. Next up, not jeans this time, but another strong brand to go for and to look out for is Berghaus. And again, this is heavily associated with hobby clothing, hobby being walking, being outside. Okay, people like to do this, and hobbies are a great thing to target for your eBay stores because people want the sort of like the named and branded stuff to do their hobbies in, but they're not going to pay top dollar for it, which, you know, if you go into a Go Outdoors and you look at the Berghaus section, crikey, you're looking at, for like fleeces like this, you're probably looking at about 25 to 30 quid. Whereas I have got this lovely quarter zip fleece, okay, large in size. Well, and I think it was XL, extra large. I picked it up for £3.75, sold it for £12.60. Okay, so that's the sort of price that you're expecting for it, really. £7.26 back, £3.51 profit, 93%. So again, well within that bracket, at the upper end of my target bracket. Berghaus, really good name to go for. Pleased with that. Next up, Quick Flip. And these sell quickly. And I'm seeing them around because I think when you get your sort of like your monthly order, they give you a free t-shirt with it. And many people maybe have got the t-shirt, and then if they have another monthly order and get another monthly t-shirt, they'll just give it to a charity shop. And it seems I'm seeing quite a few in charity shops, and they sell quickly. The brand is for a food type. It's Huel, Huel. And they normally, in their packs, they'll send a black t-shirt with Huel written on it and Huel on the back. It's a posh pot noodle that gives you apparently more protein and more sustenance to let you get through the day. And there's many people who I think are taking up this offer and want to basically promote the fact that they are taking up this offer. So many people, I would say, these t-shirts, good for wearing down the gym, especially if you're into your weights and your lifting and stuff like that. Just a nice cotton t-shirt, plain, with just a logo on. And yeah, these sell quickly. This was just a medium one that I picked up for £3.50 and sold it for £8.60. £5.18 back, £1.68 profit, 48% markup. This is the sort of ticking thing that goes in the background, but the main thing about this, you might be thinking to yourself, £1.61 profit, is it really worth it? But it gets eyes to your store, it does well for your algorithms, it does create a lot of viewings, and you know, creates a lot of sales as well. And if you can just get lots of these little things in the background, it all begins to add up. Remember, this is a side hustle. It's to me, it's not a main job. I'm trying to grow this. Okay, so and you know, just giving you the information about what sells well. These sell quickly. And lastly, I let these go. Yeah, okay, you could argue that I could have waited longer, got a better price for them. I might have got just a few more quid for them, but I wasn't really going to let them hang around. I'd much rather get them gone, get the money in, reinvest that money. That's the philosophy that I have. Now, again, these were a pair of jeans, a pair of Levi's 511s, 511. Again, put that into the title. It's interesting. The diesel jeans that I spoke about earlier, okay, and these ones were not sold on eBay promotions. So that means that somebody has typed the type of jean that they want into the eBay search bar and found them themselves. It has not come through any promotions from eBay. They've not seen it on a website and then clicked on it and gone to it. They've gone in and they found it. So that's why it's so important that you've got all the information in the title and your photographs are very, very good. You'll see from my photographs that I put on, I will use the facility that takes out the background to make the jean the main focus. Sometimes you can't do that, because what happens is the label, when you take the photo and you take out the background, the software recognizes the label as like a hole in the back of the jean, and will actually put the background through where the label should be. So then you just got to just use like the normal wooden background that I use. I lay them flat on the floor. We've got like a wooden floor in my extension, and I lay them flat in there to give a nice wood effect behind it if I need to use that background. So the photographs are very, very good. But this pair of 511s were £6. I paid for them. Okay, £13.60 I sold them for. It was one of the first offers that came in that I took. £8.56 back, £2.56 profit, 42%. So yeah, just below my target. But again, I've got somebody looking, and maybe what they'll do is they'll save my site or they'll watch my site. I've now got nearly 200 watches on my shop. So anything that comes in future that they could look at, you know, so that it works. Okay, that works quite well. And especially if you get positive feedback as well. They're a nice pair of jeans, and I've made a bit of money on them. I'm happy with that. So then, 3 pairs of jeans there that sold really, really quickly. And I got offers in, and I was prepared to take those offers really quickly. Yeah, you see the stuff out at the prices that eBay put on it. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go for that price. eBay is all about having a product, you putting that product out there, somebody wanting that product, and then you liaising with them to come to a price. I'll always make an offer on my listings, and I'll make it very, very obvious that I'm prepared to take an offer, because I believe this speeds up sales. And so if somebody, you know, if I'm saying make an offer and somebody comes in with an offer with just a couple of quid less than what I've put it on for, I'm not going to quibble. Okay, the make an offer is the hook that's been put out there to try and reel somebody in, to try and get somebody to actually take notice of mine. And once you've got a bite, I'm not, and the bite's like just a couple of quid off, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that each and every time. And it generates cash coming back into my business that I can reinvest. I'm not just stocking everything and waiting for top dollar to come in. I would say it's not the way to do it. Okay, so what's taken longer than a week? First up, pair of nice M&S linen blend trousers. So they have the properties of linen, which are seen as like a really nice, cool pair of trousers. Not cool as in style, cool as in temperature. So it is quite surprising that I'm selling it at this time of year, but it's a blend. It's blended with polyester, which basically gives the linen a bit more strength, because if you are continually washing linen trousers, the linen will get thinner. So it adds a bit of strength to the trousers, maybe a little bit of warmth as well. But yeah, this has been sold. It's gone nicely. Paid £3 for them, sold them for £13.60. £8.55 back, £5.55 profit, 185%. So nice little sale there. Everything, as I said, this week has come in at a profit. So yeah, this is a good video to watch, because everything that I'm telling you has sold at a profit. Lovely. Next up, another pair of Marks & Spencer's trousers. These ones were a wool blend pair of trousers. Black pinstripe, smart, nice, good office wear, good work wear trousers. Stylish. Yeah, look good. As I said, but with the wool, and especially with wool blend, means that you can wash them at a low temperature, obviously, but not worry about them shrinking. If there was 100% wool, then you've got to be really, really careful with how you wash those. But yeah, these sell well. Paid £3 for them, sold them for £11.60, £6.85 back, £3.83 profit. Okay, 128%. Okay, nice little markup on those. Pleased. Okay, as I keep saying in so many videos that I've done, the big charity shops on like the retail parks, they will have trousers in there, usually priced at the same level. The one that I'm referring to, most of the trousers in there are £3. And if you can find those that are wool blend, linen, golf, adventure trousers, they're usually the same price. So you can just go in there and put a knowledgeable eye on everything that you've got, and you can usually pick out some really, really good profits in there. Next up, Under Armour, really strong brand for tops and t-shirts and golf trousers. Okay, they're the main things that Under Armour, and I suppose hoodies as well. Trainers, not so much. Under Armour trainers do not sell very well, but the tops, the quarter zips and the t-shirts sell really well. This was just a quarter zip top, medium size, £3 I paid for it, sold it for £11.60. Okay, £6 back after postage and fees, so £3 profit, 100%. Bang, bang on the mark, 100%. Lovely. Take that all the time. Next up, another pair of jeans. Another good name to look out for with jeans is Fat Face. Fat Face jeans do sell well, because if you go into the Fat Face stores, okay, this is a high street brand which you see in like the big cities. To me, my nearest city is Cardiff. Fat Face have got a shop in there, and the jeans in there are like 35 quid upwards. There's also, if you look at like the quite upmarket market towns, okay, now I have in mind there, close to me, a place called Abergavenny. That's also got a Fat Face as well. So, you know, and when you actually look at the brands that are associated with the sort of areas, you begin to understand the target market of the brand and just how popular it is. Fat Face is, and White Stuff. I'll put Fat Face and White Stuff in the same sort of bracket. These two brands are desirable amongst many age groups and men and women. Okay, they've done quite well in placing themselves in that desirable section. Anyway, these were a pair of jeans, £5 I paid for them, so a little bit more than normal. Probably the highest have been Levi's that I paid for, the Levi 511s. I paid £6 for those, but I paid £5 for these, but I sold them for 15. That just goes to show that there's not as many Fat Faces on there, but they're just as desirable as the Levi's. But the problem with the Levi's is that there's so many of them, it brings the price down a little bit. Okay, for these and for the diesels, I'm selling them at a decent price. Okay, so 15 for these, £9.74 back, £4.74 profit, 94%. Nice. Next up, nice Puma golf polo. Paid a little bit too much for this, but knew that it would sell, but I wouldn't make that much money on it. But again, it's just that thing that I'm just going to put in the background. But it was smart. It was nice. The colours on it were nice. It did look good, and it photographed well. It was like a blue and pink one. Paid £5.4p for it. I believe this was from a Vinted bundle that I did, and I sold it for a tenner. Okay, £5.88 back, 84p profit, 16%. But again, I want people, golfers, to be looking at my site to get their golf polos, because golf is definitely something. I mean, I play golf myself. Okay, so the polos, the trousers, the shorts, the shoes, I want people to be coming back to the site. So whoever did this, I'm hoping now that they watch the site, and we just go from there. But I got some good feedback as well, so that's nice. And I'm going to end up with a few things that I put on myself. These were things from like the family, which they don't use anymore or don't wear anymore, and if they're still in good condition, it is worth putting them on. I'm going to start with a pair of Hotter slip-on shoes. My wife got these, didn't quite get on with them, wore them a couple of times, but yeah, it wasn't for her. I think she tried them on in the shop. It's that old thing in it. You try them in the shop, they feel fine. You wear them for a bit and they don't feel fine. Happens to us all. But anyway, we got these on £11.60. I sold these for. So after postage and everything, £6.57. So 657% markup. Yeah, I suppose it's a little bit back, isn't it? And it's more than, you know, just having them just lying around the house. It's otherwise you get clutter, don't you? So yeah, sell them. I would sell them. All right, have a look around the house, just put things on, and you will be so surprised at just the amount of money that you can make by doing this. I mean, I also put on a M&S shirt, a Blue Harbour shirt. This is one that has been in my wardrobe, but I just don't really wear anymore. It's a nice cotton shirt, you know, still in really, really good condition. Photographs have got to show that. £8.60, £4.30 back after fees and postage. Okay, 430%, I suppose. Okay, I could put that on at. And then there were some Adidas like running tops, compression tops that hadn't really been worn. One was a high neck one that was designed for cold weather. This one sold for £8.40, £3.92 back on that after fees and postage taken off, so 392%. And then there was a Climber Light Adidas compression top that my daughter had, but then just didn't really wear. We got it for her because she was getting cold in work, so we thought it would be a good thing for her to wear underneath. And but she didn't. She preferred like the big thicker hoodies. So you know, it is what it is. You know, we tried it. She didn't like it, so it was virtually brand new. £8.60 we sold that for as well. £3.91 back, so 391%. Okay, so yeah, just by selling stuff. Actually, let's do a bit of maths. Let's work out the profit. Yeah, so just from those four things, £18.70 profit. Okay, so, you know, that's almost a nice meal out, or at least halfway to one, roughly, depending on whether you got any money off vouchers and stuff like this. One of our local pubs is doing 40% off meals at the moment, so on a Friday night when we just can't be bothered to cook, me and the lovely Mrs. S will just nip out to this pub and just have a nice meal and a nice drink, okay, for about 25 quid. You know, that's nearly there at that, isn't it? Nearly there, just by selling a couple of things, okay? Always, always, always have a look out for these little money off vouchers, especially from like the pubs that are owned by the big breweries. They usually have some really, really good deals. Yeah, just a little tip there, just a little tip. And we will do that. Again, we just save it up for a time when you know that you're not really going to be that much into, you know, your cooking and stuff like that. Even though I'm a foodie, I love my food. I absolutely love it. And there's sometimes when, yeah, you do put a lot of effort into it, okay? But I also love quick and easy foods that taste really good as well. But sometimes just to treat yourself, just to go out, okay? Just have a bit of a change of environment, just to relax is a nice thing to do. So, yeah, always look out for those. Nice little tip. I give tips as well. Okay. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. It's a little bit of a roundup. Next week, the video that I've got in mind for next week is all about breaking down electronics. This is becoming quite successful for me. Basically, I've done it a couple of times now, and I suppose it's stuff that's broken, okay, but you could still break down and take out the parts that haven't broken. That's usually a good one. And as well, stuff that's a little bit dated, but people still need the individual components for it as well. I'm thinking laptops there. All right, twice now I've broken down laptops, and twice I've come in quite a nice little profit. Okay, so yeah, watch on next week. So please like, comment, subscribe. Okay, thank you for all your comments. All right, but I'm beginning to waffle a little bit now, aren't I? So let's wrap this one up. It's a lovely Sunday. It is a lovely day outside. You can see the window behind me, the sun's streaming through. It's a lovely winter's morning, but apparently we're getting a storm tomorrow. There's a yellow warning being put out already. Keep an eye on that one. All right, stay safe. See you soon. Bye-bye.